Final Fantasy XIV is an MMORPG, and inside that MMORPG exists two personal hells of mine, Bozja and Zadnor, and these two areas share something in common that scare the typical player. No, not that one, the other thing. Yes, that mechanics. And specifically within Zadnor and Bozja, the unique content known as Duels exists.
It's time to rejoice!
In these duels, you'll be pitted against a 1v1 scenario where 9 times out of 10, you will end up like this. That's where this video comes in, as I have a way that you can add mechanics to your blacklist. Or at least some of them. And how do you do that, you might ask? By chasing the living hell out of the duel itself. Now, since my original video, I have received comments talking about how the chase strat isn't working so great in Zadnor, so without wasting time, thank you to these lovely people. And so now, let's get into the actual video itself. Now, my main goal of this video is to make you do damage, so that you basically become the main character in any sort of anime when the main theme starts to play. In other words, overpowered as shit. Now help me to skip mechs, because let's be honest, most of us can't be bothered to learn them, and that's why we're cheesing. So, from my original video, I have made some changes, and we'll go over them. But if you want to skip the boring explanations, there's chapters below in the descriptions, so that you can skip to specifically what it is you're looking for. Firstly, essences. For myself, when it came to using normal essence of the ordained, or deep essence of the ordained, I found the deep essence of the ordained gave me a nice bit more damage, and to be fair, the description of it also does say that it's a 24% damage buff over the 20% from normal essence of the ordained. Secondly, red mage versus summoner. I did all my duels back in the day as red mage, but honestly, doing the duels as summoner just felt so much more easier and a lot quicker. Both are viable, of course. Next is food. Food is food. And food gives you more damage, so if you're hungry for damage, eat. And for those curious, baked eggplant is what I was using. Fourth, Banner of Noble Ends. Now this is one that I saw from a YouTube clip from Kage using a duel against Mennonitis. Instead of using Banner of Noble Ends in the duel, you can use Banner of Honored Sacrifice, which gives you a 55% increase to damage over the 50% from Noble Ends. However, it will drain your HP. So if you do want more damage, then this can be it. And to be fair, you do have auto potion on, so don't worry too much about the fact that it drains your HP. Fifth, we have tinctures. And for our current classes, Summoner and Red Mage, we would be using grade 8 tinctures of intelligence. Valor wasn't something I covered in my last video, but I am now. For each stack of Valor, you receive a 3% damage boost, up to a grand total of 30%. So I'd say get all 10 stacks to make sure that you have everything that you can to assist you in the duels. So in terms of changes and tips of maximizing damage, this is as far as my look into the topic has went. There are other videos on YouTube, Reddit, and other places that could very well have more. Next, let's talk about your holster. Setting up and making a loadout so that you can grab what you need quickly. Just like my previous video, we'll be making 2 loadouts, one for buffs and one for the battle itself. For the buff side of things, everything is mostly the same from my last video, except instead of using normal essence of the ordained, we'll be prepping in deep essence of the ordained. Afterwards, our combat buffs. For this video, I'm going to show you the holster with Honored Sacrifice inside of it, as it and the method that comes with it is going to be the method that I suggest that you use when it comes to doing your duels. As from what I've seen and personal experience, it is really quick, and it gives you that
Beautiful.
when it comes to doing damage. Next, the duels themselves. And although I'm going to show you how I would approach the duels, once again, there are other methods out there, so if you don't like this one in particular, I'm sure that you will be able to find another method. I just personally like this method for its quickness in the duels and consistency. So how to do it? First of all, you start just as normal by popping all your buffs once you know that you've been accepted into the duel. Next, take up all your battle buffs. Third, get into combat with a target dummy. Fourth, wait, don't do anything, just... Fifth, at the last 10 seconds of being able to commence, pop Lost Excellence and then load into the duel. Finally, you want to approach the boss using the following rotation. And yep, that's right, we're popping our battle boss in the duel itself. As I said, it was very consistent and much faster in my own opinion than the previous Noble Ends method. But enough talk, I think it's best to let the method speak for itself, and I'm now going to play 2 clips of true duels of me using this method. But before that, in the description, I will leave a link for you to get an image to the rotation so that you can save it for ease of use. And now, the duels. So that's it. I think this new way of doing the duels compared to my previous video is much more effective, as at least to me, it really does feel a lot quicker than the previous noble ends method. But to keep an outro short and sweet, if you're watching this video and plan to use it in the hopes of clearing your duels, good luck. But if you do use this video and manage to get your clears, please let me know though. I was happy when I received comments on the previous video from people telling me that they managed to get their clears. And to those that watched the previous Duel Cheese video and got their clears, congrats once again. But otherwise, have a nice day and bye bye.